About a week and a half had passed in real life before I could hop back into the game. I took a moment to get my bearings, and then started chopping down the monstrously large oak that had grown behind my base. However, I wasn't paying attention, and my stone axe broke. Fortunately, I had plenty of iron to craft a better axe. Waiting for the leaves to despawn, I continued tending the farm. I also made a cartography table. They can be used to upgrade maps instead of anvils, which is advantageous since iron is non-renewable in this world. I then decided to check out the area behind my base. This included the mountain I had noticed at the edge of my render distance. On closer inspection, I saw there was a cave. I still had a stack of torches in my inventory, so I decided to give it a look. At one point, it opened to another side of the mountain, where I found this bugged acacia tree. I think I'm obligated to leave it here untouched as some sort of protected oddity. Returning to my cave investigation, I found this large, room-like opening. Should I build something here? It almost seems too perfectly formed. Returning to the cave opening near the bugged acacia, I took the lower branch of the cave. Maybe I could find some iron, or even a mineshaft. Well, the iron didn't take long at least, so I continued down, and down, and down, until I reached a dead end. Disappointed, I started collecting some gravel. When marking off useless dead ends, I like to set up a 3-block high pillar of gravel with a torch. I usually don't build with gravel, so it works for me. It's not the most efficient way to play, but when I dig out gravel, I like to get the entire area. But this time it paid off when, combined with the gold I had previously acquired, I found enough gold to craft a golden apple, one step closer to repairing my damage from day 4. Once I was back at the beginning of the dead end, I set up my gravel pillar, and continued down another branch of the cave. There I found a lava pool and some redstone. I'd now have a more robust fuel than charcoal. No diamonds, though. Since the light from the lava pool was visible not far from where the cave branched off again, I decided to investigate, and I found diamonds. It ended up being a 7 vein. I was very happy. And then a little further ahead, I found more. I elected not to mine them. There were only 3, they were above lava, and I wanted to wait to see if I would soon get a fortune book. Feeling accomplished from finding 10 total diamond ores, I decided to return to the surface. I managed to return to base just in time to have breakfast at sunrise. I keep forgetting to eat in this game. I decided it was time I built a proper house. I'd had enough of living out of my 2 barrels, exposed to the elements. I ended up choosing the top of the hill next to my base. This way there would be plenty of space around the ponds to add more crops or decorations later on. So I started work on the foundation. This stage required some minor terraforming. It was while I was clearing the dirt that I found a pit in my soon-to-be backyard. In retrospect, it would have been smart to cover it up at this point. You'll see why in a few minutes. I also took some time to continue tending my crops, start placing the floor, and gather clay. My house would be mostly white terracotta and brick after all. Since I would likely be expanding my crops, I moved my sugarcane to the other pond. An automatic sugarcane farm would be nice eventually. Since I would need bone meal to make white terracotta and white stained glass panes, everything that wasn't bread or soon-to-be bread went straight into the composter. Once there was enough bone meal, I started adding in the walls. Slow but steady progress. Next was the door. More terracotta, where I carelessly took another heart of damage, and some shutters. I then had to make a quick run back to the deep cave to get more lava for smelting stone and terracotta, and gathered more clay. I was still placing terracotta when the sun rose. More shutters followed. I then gathered even more clay because I ran out of terracotta. Otherwise, I tended the farm and worked at getting more bone meal. I continued placing more terracotta, and made way too many stairs for the foundation. I'm sure I'll find another use for these. Finally, I began placing in the chimney that would decorate my furnace system. And I placed my furnace with the accompanying hoppers and barrels. Next morning I gathered more spruce for the floors, and crafted a second bucket to get more lava for the furnace. It was when I couldn't sprint back home from the cave that I realized I was all the way down to 1 hunger. Little fun fact for you, my phone screen has curved edges, so I didn't even see the last hunger icon. I just saw a bunch of empty, black, jittering icons. With my hunger refilled, I gathered even more clay for my house. I am beginning to regret my choice of building materials. It looked nice when I mocked it up in a separate creative world, but now it's a little annoying to get. I then threw that clay into the furnace for more bricks. Later, I finally moved my crafting table inside. No more running back to the pond just to craft more white terracotta. The stonecutter, too. That probably won't be its permanent location. I then placed in some stairs to make my furnace system a little more aesthetically pleasing. With morning still a few minutes away, I decided to check out the cave I found on day 5. I was clearing out some gravel when I decided I should grab some granite to mix in with the bricks in the chimney, which was apparently right next to the surface cave from day 1. Huh. Weird. Next day, I swapped out some of the brick stairs on the fireplace with the newly acquired granite, continued construction on the chimney, and finished placing the stairs for the foundation. I continued getting bone meal and accidentally composted some bread. Note to self, the button for eating and composting are the same. Do not face the composter when eating! You know, I said all that stuff in the first episode about how abandoned villages creep me out, and I still decided to build my house super close to it? Why do I do this to myself? That night I was nearing completion of the chimney when I took a step back to look at it and fell in a hole. When I say that I panicked, I panicked. 2 more hearts, but at least I was still alive, and I got more iron. On getting out, I promptly covered the hole with dirt. I should have done this as soon as I saw it on day 10. I would make it look pretty and check out the cave later. Right now, I just needed to stop taking fall damage for really dumb reasons. On day 15, you guessed it, I gathered more clay. At least the chimney was mostly finished, but I still needed bricks for the wall in front of the chimney and terracotta for the rest of the house. Wow, I'm rewatching the recording, and I really did just spend the whole day digging clay. With the exception of more farming, of course. I need that bread, you know? Next day, I added a campfire surrounded by trapdoors to the top of the chimney. I was feeling pretty happy with myself, but then it started raining. This turn of events inspired me to start adding the ceiling/second floor. Hopefully I can get a real roof soon. As per the video title, this is episode 2. If you missed episode 1, there should be a card on this end screen for you to click. Or you can check out the playlist for this series. Hopefully there will be more than 2 videos on it soon. Until next time, take care.